Japan's political landscape has entered uncharted territory in a development not seen in contemporary Japanese history. Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba's ruling coalition has lost its majority in the upper house of parliament, the Diet, leaving the government a minority in both chambers for the first time since the Liberal Democratic Party's founding in 1955. Let's break down what happened, what it means for Japan's future, and why international observers and markets across the globe are watching closely. Hello, I'm Gunjan Handa, and let's get into it. Sunday's upper house election saw approximately half of the Diet's 248 seats up for grabs. The Liberal Democratic Party, or LDP, and its coalition partner, Komeito, needed to win 50 additional seats to retain their majority, adding to the 75 they previously held. When the ballots were tallied, the coalition had only secured 47 seats, falling 3 short of the magic number, with the LDP winning 39 and Komeito 2 seats remained undecided at last count, but by then the damage was clear. This caps an extremely difficult year for the government. The same coalition already lost its majority in the more powerful lower house during last October's elections, meaning they are now a minority in both key legislative chambers. The immediate result is deepened political instability and a growing sense of uncertainty about Japan's direction. So why did voters turn away from the LDP and Komeito this time? The election played out against a backdrop of soaring prices, stubbornly lagging wages, and increasingly burdensome social security payments. The cost of household staples, particularly the beloved Japanese rice, has risen faster than the income, fueling voter frustration. Ishiba acknowledged as much, telling in a live interview that his administration's policies to curb inflation and boost incomes simply haven't reached enough people. Meanwhile, a surging right-wing populist party capitalized on a campaign of stricter immigration measures, successfully tapping into national mood shifts and voter anxieties. Major opposition groups, however, remained too fractured to offer a united alternative, limiting their electoral gains despite the government's vulnerabilities. Key election numbers were such. Let's look briefly at the main figures from Sunday night. LDP had secured 39 seats while Komeito had 8 seats. Combined coalition seats were 47. They needed 50, however, Democratic Party for the People up from 4 to 17 seats. Sensei Party was up from 1 to 14 seats, running on a Japan First populist campaign. Notably, this leaves the LDP still as the largest single party in the Diet, but now forced to bargain at every turn. Despite the drubbing, Prime Minister Ishiba pledged to stay on. I believe I must fulfill my responsibility I bear for the country and the people so as to not cause politics to stall or go adrift, he said after the results, brushing aside immediate calls for his resignation. He acknowledged the seriousness of the loss and stressed the need to tackle urgent challenges. Chief among them is high US tariffs and the fast approaching August 1st trade deadline. Implications and the next steps are such that because the upper house does not have the authority to file a no confidence motion, the defeat does not trigger an immediate change of government. However, this loss of majority triggers several significant consequences. Legislative gridlock being one such, the government will now be forced to negotiate with opposition parties to pass any laws. Leadership pressure has also built up. Ishiba faces intensifying calls from within his own party to step aside or seek new coalition partners. The government may need to also make painful compromises with opposition parties, with some demanding tax cuts and stricter immigration or higher social spending, despite concerns over Japan's massive public debt. Investors, for their part, fear that the LDP's weakened position could lead to messy policy battles and populist pledges that Japan may not be able to afford. The results also come as Japan faces a delicate moment with the United States. Just as the government is reeling, it has to negotiate a critical tariff deal with Washington. US President Donald Trump has criticized the lack of progress, especially on US car and rice sales to Japan, and a looming 25% tariff is set to take effect in less than 2 weeks, sharpening pressure on the Ishiba administration. What stands out here is not just the immediate numbers, but the sense of fragility and flux now gripping the world's third largest economy. The rapid rise of populist parties and nationalism signals that even Japan, long associated with political stability and conservative consensus, is now in the throes of same kind of disruption seen across other democracies. The next few months could see a tumultuous search for new political alignments, coalition reshuffles, leadership challenges within the LDP, or even the formation of a broad ideologically mixed coalitions simply to break legislative deadlock. History tells us that Japan's bureaucracy and civil service are adept at steering the ship through political storms. However, the deadlock endures, it could damage investor and public confidence, delay much needed economic reforms, and hamper Tokyo's ability to respond to global trade and security challenges, especially given the ongoing US China tensions in the region. For now, Ishiba insists he will remain at the helm, but in Japan's ever evolving political theatre, nothing is certain. It is a moment that will test both the resilience of his leadership and the adaptability of Japan's democracy. I am Gunjan Handa for the Asian Chronicles.